tired of seeing movies, for example. Let's go to the movie. I got tired of seeing movies where, they're going to do the lights now tonight. They're sending so-and-so to the last mile, and there's always a brother with extra Vaseline standing at the bar. I just got tired of seeing that. Huh? When I get tired of seeing something, shit, I'm tired of seeing that. I remember I was sitting in the Fillmore in San Francisco, and Fillmore District, and there's one. I said, man, I'm tired of seeing that. So I thought, we do it yourself.
You got tired of seeing negative images of black people all the time in films.
So I started doing it myself.
Just like that, you just said, okay, you'd never done film before, right?
No. So I called a guy who was a still photographer who I knew, and I said, hey man, this is, well, how do we do, what came to it? I got a still camera. So what was it? He said, listen, and we talked a little bit, and he said, well, what kind of documentary? I said, no, I've never wanted a documentary. I said, I want to tell a story. And I said, how long are movies? I've been going to triple feature movies all my life, but I didn't pay attention. You just went. He said, well, they're 90 minutes, give or take a couple minutes. So the next question, well, do you know anyone, etc.? He said, well, I have a camera, and I could maybe do it for you, and so forth. I didn't know words like director or any of those things. I said, well, he says, are you going to shoot in 16 or 35? And I said, oh, what's that? He says 16 or 35 millimeter. So, oh, what's that? Huh? I didn't even know what millimeter was, but 16 or 35. And he explained to me that one was more professional, but it could be blown up 16 to 35, and he had a 16 millimeter camera, and he didn't have a 35, but okay. And so I asked him how much, the cost, what film cost. He told me, and I went and I calculated. At that time, it was 1957. You could make a feature film by my calculations for $500. So I said, Frank, we're going to do it. So I didn't think I was capable of writing a feature, so I thought I'd write 3 short stories and put them together and make them a feature. And so we went out, and I remember the first day of shooting, and one of my stories had this boy standing here and this and this and this. And I said, all right, action. And the guy says, skin beat, whoa, wait a minute. I said, what are you doing? He said, well, this is so you can keep the film. You'll know where it is. Well, $500 was the cost of 90 minutes of film. Period. Huh? So, anyway, we get to jump ahead. My first feature was 11 minutes long. You know what I mean? But my first was going to be. So then we get the film, and we showed it on the wall of his basement. We had a white wall, and we borrowed a projector from somebody, and I looked at it. Well, before that, I looked at the first piece of it, and I looked at it under Mario's crib because I didn't have money for curtains or anything. We just lived all in one room, but it was dark under the crib. I looked at it under the crib, and I expected to see, like that. It looked like a regular film. I said, oh, goddamn, I got you now. I didn't know what to expect. Your ass is grass. That's what I said to the world.
We just want to borrow one of your boys for a couple hours and take him downtown to make us look good.
When did you people start getting so interested in black folks?
How many men were in the ambush?
You offer pretty good news to me, slapping up on some white cops.
I want them, do you hear? And I want them now.
Now you gonna hibernate like that old bear.
They told me to pick up Sweetback. You Sweetback, ain't you?
You saved a planet that they were planning to pick in the bud. That's why the man's down on you.
isn't fair. We don't have to take injustice for granted. Every time there's a disaster, they always put the arm on the good guys. They always ask the nice folks to dig deeper. Crime should be made to pay its share of mankind's altruistic load, just like everybody else. Speaking of that, I have the housing solution. Here goes. Hookers and the homeless. The homeless needs beds, right? A bed is not much when you've got one, everything when you don't. There are beds, hundreds of them, little used, relatively speaking, scattered conveniently all over the city. Rooms of prostitution, cribs. Every hooker should be assigned a homeless person who gets the mattress when she's not using it. Down with the warehousing of beds. Madam should be assigned homeless families, of 3 or 4, depending on the brothel size. Okay? You can't stop people from gambling, so you do a lottery. You can't stop people from, well, you know what I mean. If you can't beat them, make them join you. Just like in those science fiction movies when some extraterrestrial disaster threatens and everybody jams together. Americans, Russians, Chinese.
Mr.
Melvin Van Peebles.
Melvin Van Peebles, what a wonderful man you are. Tell us a little bit, are you a producer, filmmaker, actor?
Yeah, I'm all those things. I'm sort of a, but it can be confusing because I had to be all those things at the beginning, and now people are different. At the time, there was no such thing as independent cinema, let alone minorities in cinema, and so you just learn to do it all, and I just got the habit.
So how many decades have you been at this?
50.
And how have you seen things evolve?
No, 50 would be a little long. Yeah.
You're Methuselah.
Yeah, right.
So how have you seen things evolve?
Oh, I mean, it's incredible. You see, there have been 2 advances. They're really very important. One advance is people, the lowering or the moving of the goalposts of minorities and women in film. And then the other goalpost was technology, which has made access much more feasible. It's phenomenal. It's great.
We love technology here at Real TV Films because actually right now we're blasting you all over the world through our little web portal here. Real TV Films.
As my mother would say, do Jesus. Okay.
Right, yeah. You can say hi to your mom right here.
Well, no,
wherever she is.
Hey, Mom! Yeah.
I'm sure she loves you. Okay, so what are you looking for in the films?
Oh, I'm looking forward to finding things interesting, different. You know, the whole gamut of why I used to sit in the movie with the popcorn.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and this and the other. And but I knew I was on the right track. Because he may not come when you call him, but he's always right on time. My car, which had not been working very well since I got back from Mexico, was sitting in the middle of the block, a Studebaker, red Studebaker. And I was upstairs in this little place on the roof where I lived, and I heard, "Pekang bloom bound tingalang bunkum, cling tong, bling bling." What's that? I mean, so I run downstairs, and it's on California Street in San Francisco. A car had a terrible accident, hit another car. The car ricocheted all the way down the block, bam, and ran into my car. And I said, "Oh, my car!" I said, "Well, you know, it doesn't look that bad." "Oh, you never know. Hand me the keys, honey." The car hadn't started. "Oh, Lord of mercy! Oh, you done ruined my car." So they paid for the repair of the car. I sold it and got more film. Hey, you know what I mean? That's a sign. You know what I'm saying?